What up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're making a hometown favorite. Whenever I think of home or I miss my family, I like to make these. These are pizza burgers, okay? I grew up on these because I grew up with my nana and my grandparents, and this was a rotation meal, okay? Super easy, super inexpensive, okay? So first off, let's get into it. We're gonna cut up a yellow onion, okay? Now I could have just used half of this, so I do recommend if you only using like a pound of meat, just use half of the onion, unless you just like onion like that. Because I end up using the whole onion because I don't mind onion, but I know that I could have saved at least half of that. I don't know why I jumped the gun, and then I diced the onion up, so I definitely could have just used half because I like I said, I diced the whole thing up. But you know, depending on your serving size, if you're using more, more meat, you add a little bit more veggies, kind of keep a nice ratio going. So then I went ahead and added some olive oil to a skillet, and we're gonna go ahead and saute the onion, and I minced up some fresh garlic. Okay, this is just for the flavors. Okay, we want to get this fragrant like this. Now the fresh garlic is not something she used to do, and I don't even think the onion is either, but maybe because I know she used to dice up her onions a lot. But of course a lot of this is my touch on it, but I'm keeping the basics as the basics. So I'm using some lean ground beef, and I just went ahead and we gonna brown this. Okay, I went ahead and let this brown for a little while. It ain't gonna take that long, of course, because I really could have put the meat in first and then the onions and stuff, but I didn't really have a rhyme or reason for this, like with the way I was going about this, which I never really do. I just let my ancestors just kind of guide me, because I that's who moves me in the kitchen. I just go in and my hands just do what they do. They know what seasonings, and they just pick what they want to pick, and I just go with it. Okay, I trust my hands, and I trust the ancestors, because they ain't gonna steer me wrong. But yeah, anytime that I miss my family or miss home, because I'm still back home in my home state of Michigan, but most of if not all of my family, nobody lives in Michigan. I don't really have any family that lives in Michigan. I got an uncle and some cousins up here, but like my immediate family is not up here. Like they down south. So I do this just to feel a little bit of nostalgia. I love a little nostalgia. The cheese that I'll be using is Colby Jack, and of course I decided to shred it because the melt is different. I recommend shredding your cheese and grating your cheese because of the melt. Like if you about to melt it on something or anything like that, I recommend it anyway. But because I'm not opposed to using already shredded cheese, but when you shred it yourself, it hit different. I don't know what that's about, but I like that. I like that for me. I like that. I like that for you too. If you also do that, I recommend it. Now, when I was picking the cheese when I was in the store, I end up getting the reduced fat Colby Jack. And, I didn't see it until I got home and got it out the bag. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, no. But it's not a huge difference on flavor, because that's really what I was worried about, is the flavor difference. I don't, I want my cheese to still taste like cheese, even if it's reduced in some ingredient. You know what I'm saying? I want it to still taste like it's supposed to taste. And they do. So, if I ever, if they got reduced fat, I can use that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to that. I can go to reduced fat cheese. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's all about, you might have to change your lifestyle. Sometimes you might have to switch to a different ingredient or a less fat ingredient. Because that's what I look for now. As I get older, I definitely look at the calories and look at my ingredients and stuff like that. Now, once we got the cheese grated, I left it out and I just put that to the side. And because like I said, that melts different, because you should let your cheese sit out before you shred it, before you grate it up anyway. Like I said, it melt different. It's better. It's recommended, and it's better. I recommend it. Now, as for the meat, as you can see, it's browning up. I'm draining the oil out. Okay, I am draining the oil, but I'm not about to take it out the pan. I'm going to use a paper towel. Okay, I use a paper towel, and I drain as much oil out as I need it and as I want it. Okay, because the meat is already going to be oily regardless. So I drained out the meat with a paper towel. Okay, then I went ahead and seasoned. I'm going to start off with this garlic sea salt. Okay, garlic sea salt. Then I went ahead and added some ground black pepper. a little bit of my Shawhan Farms jerk seasoning, because Shawhan Farms keep me right with the seasonings. Okay, I love that for me. I love that. I love that. And then I went ahead and mixed it up. Now I did add more seasoning off camera, okay, but nothing that I didn't already add except for just a little pinch of Cajun seasoning, okay, just a pinch. And of course some ground paprika. Can't even get my words out. Now all of this will be at the bottom. Like if you want to know, like not the specifics, but the seasoning ingredients, I always have them at the bottom. I know I think I say that on every video, but I just want you to know that it will be at the bottom for you, so you don't have to worry too much about what I put in there, because I'll try to be as specific as possible when I'm describing what's going on, since I don't give you specific measurements. I just try to make it as specific as possible. That's why I try to show you every little bit that go on in the video. Okay, every little bit that I did, I try to make sure you see everything. Okay, I don't want you to miss out on nothing. If you got any questions though, I will answer them. You know, drop a comment, like, share, subscribe, you know, join the fam. We trying to get to 10K. Everything we trying to build everything. Okay, that's what we doing. We trying to build everything. I want everything to match. I just reached 18,000 on my TikTok, so I just want everything to be in the thousands up there. Like I need everything past 10K. I need everything can really be 18K. Like we can go for 18K. Okay, I want everything to match. Now I'm using this 15 ounce of tomato sauce, the whole thing. Okay, guys, whole thing of that. Okay, and I went ahead, and this is like a medium heat that we're on right here. Nothing too major. Okay, nothing too major. And we just mixing it up. Just mix it up real well. You won't have to do too much, you know. Just make sure it's in there, and we basically just heating the tomato sauce up together. Make sure they become one and that they're heated up together. And make sure you just season to taste, because you can taste it at this point. I'll be using my favorite brioche buns. Okay, you use whatever buns you want, because I was in between my favorite brioche buns, or I saw these Hawaiian burger buns, and I was like, oh, so I might do that another time, just so I can see what the flavor be like, because I like Hawaiian flavor. Like anything Hawaiian flavor, I love that for bread. So as you can see, I'm just doing the obvious. I'm just adding the meat mixture on top of the buns. Okay, buns face down, all of them face down. Okay, adding the meat, adding as much as possible. You can really load this up if you want to, but no, it's almost like a sloppy joe if you think about it, but not really, but not. Cause I never made a sloppy joe. I'm not personally a big fan. I don't personally make them like I don't make them, you know what I'm saying? But this just give me sloppy joe without the top vibes, except adding some more stuff. It's like a remix, but not really. I don't know. So then I added some of that cheese freshly on top of every bun top. Okay, on top of every pizza, but we're making it like a pizza at this point. So I put just a bunch of cheese on top. Then I added my sliced pepperonis. I added 4 on each burger top. Okay, 4 for each top. I don't know why, I just kind of went with it. You could add 3 if you want. You can add as many as you want to, but I like pepperonis. And we in this household, we like pepperonis. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and add, just make sure I add a few. Make sure, I want it to look nice. I like my food to look appetizingly pleasing. Okay, I want it to look good. And at this point, we're just making it look pretty. Okay, I keep saying we, but me. We're just making it look pretty. That's all I'm doing. I just made it look pretty, made it look like a pizza, because I did used to work at a pizza restaurant before. Fun fact. So, you know, whenever I do stuff homemade, I got to think about making it look real nice. And I'm going to make a pizza. Since I did used to work at a pizza place, I'm going to make sure I make a pizza at like a homemade pizza, so we can, you know, I can make that look pretty too. I topped it with a little bit of parsley flakes, just so it can look, you know, like I said, appetizingly pleasing. Okay. Topped it with that. And I cooked it on 375 for at first 20 minutes, just to kind of melt the cheese down. And then I broiled it just for a little bit, because I like the top part. I like it to be crispy at the bottom. I don't want the brioche bun to be soft. I want it to be like not too hard, not burnt hard, but like just hard enough. And we usually pair ours with potato chips. I did mine with Lay's kettle cooked salt and pepper chips, and babe wanted Doritos. Yes. If you make this, let me know. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I just reached 1,300 on Instagram. 10K. We on the way. I'm not playing. We going. We getting up there.